Hello viewers, you're welcome to this lecture. Today's lecture is on the characteristics of fungi. The fungi are multicellular eukaryotic organisms that exhibit saprophytic nutrition. They are said to be multicellular because they have more than one cell, though there are some organisms some of the fungi like the yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, that has just one cell, and we also have the chytrids that are also unicellular. Now the fungi are said to be eukaryotic because they have membrane-bound nucleus, and they have some of these other following characteristics we want to look at. Okay, a typical example of the fungi is this mushroom. Okay, now the characteristics of the fungi include: one, they are eukaryotic, non-vascular, non-motile, and heterotrophic organisms. Okay, the fungi like this mushroom you see here, okay, they are eukaryotic. They have membrane-bound nucleus. They are non-vascular, that they do not have vascular bundles like xylem and phloem that are found in plants, and they are heterotrophic. They exhibit saprophytism. They may be unicellular or filamentous. Okay, some are unicellular, like the yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, is unicellular, or they are unicellular, while the others, like these mushrooms, are multicellular or filamentous. Then the fungi reproduce by means of spores. Like the ascospores produce the ascomycetes produce ascospores, the basidiomycetes, like these fungi, produce basidiospores. Then the pteromycetes produce they do not have sexual spores anyway, but they produce asexual spores known as conidia. And then the chytridiomycetes produce motile zoospores. The glomerulomycetes produce asexual spores known as glomerulospores, while the zygomycetes produce zygospores. Then the fungi exhibit the phenomenon of alternation of generation. And alternation of generation means that an organism, the fungi, exhibit or alternates between a sexual and asexual life phase. They have both sexual and asexual life phases. They exhibit alternation of generation. Then fungi lack chlorophyll, hence they cannot perform photosynthesis. They are not like plants that have chlorophyll to carry out photosynthesis. They lack chlorophyll, and that is one distinctive feature between the fungi and the plants. Then the fungi also they store food in form of starch. Okay, the fungi store food in form of starch. Then biosynthesis of chitin occurs in fungi. Fungi produce chitin. In fact, their cell wall is made up of chitin. They have chitinous cell walls, unlike the cell walls of the cells of plants that have cellulose. The fungi produce chitinous cell walls in their cells. Okay, so the nuclei of fungi are very small. They produce very small nuclei. That's the eighth distinctive feature, or the eighth characteristics. Then the fungi have no embryonic stage. They develop from the spores. They develop from spores. The mode of reproduction is asexual or sexual. They reproduce sexually and asexually. Okay, like these mushrooms. The mushrooms are able to reproduce sexually, okay, through the basidiospores. They reproduce sexually through the basidiospores. Okay, and they also some other fungi have asexual forms of reproduction using conidia and sporangiospores for reproduction. Then the mode of reproduction of some fungi are parasitic and can infect their host. Some fungi are parasitic. Then the 12th characteristic is that fungi produce a chemical called pheromone, which leads to sexual reproduction. Okay, so typical examples of the fungi we've talked about are the mushrooms. We also have the molds that grow on bread, and we also have the yeast. Thank you very much for watching this video. I believe you have learned something about the fungi, the characteristics of the fungi. Please keep watching more of my videos from my YouTube and TikTok channels.